Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. So, we got chosen as the Limsa envoy, and they sent us to Gridania, so we need to go and take care of our business here. While we're here, we're going to do quite a few little things. We're going to run around and get some new jobs from Gridania, get the Aetherites all located, all that kind of good stuff. Ah, you must be the envoy from Limsa. Welcome to Gridania, sir. The Elder Seed Seer awaits your arrival. An honor guard. Greetings, good sir. You're the envoy, are you not? I have received instructions to assist you. Pray, make your way into the city proper and identify yourself to the Conjurer at Nofika's altar. She will admit you to the Lotus Stand, where the Elder Seed Seer awaits you. Oh, okay. I thought maybe you would escort me there. Alright, so before we go see the Seed Seer, let's check out Gridania. We're going to get the Aetherites. So we'll start with the big one here. Alright, and then there's one down here at the Archers Guild. While we're there, we might take up an archer guard, an archer job. Alright, let's go see if we can pick up Archer. Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to the Archers Guild. It is here that archers the realm over gather to master the bow. We engage the enemy from a distance, ever seeking to alter the course of battle with a single, well-placed arrow. If you have a mind to become an archer, then you've come to the right place. Do you wish to join our ranks? Marvelous! Allow me to enlighten you to the history of both our art and the guild. The bow is an ancient tool that has existed since before our fair nation came into being. As an implement of war and hunting both, it protects us from our enemies even as it keeps us fed and clothed. Archery's practice in Gridania was born in two distinct styles of bowmanship. The first was devised by the longbow sentries of the Elzen who once ruled the lowlands, while the second belonged to the short-bow hunters of the formerly nomadic Mikot. As you will doubtless be aware, both races ultimately came to call the Tweleswood homes. Though the two peoples began as rivals, they gradually learned to live together in harmony. During this time, they learned from one another, their two schools of archery intermingling to give birth to the art as it is known today. Ah, but this wouldn't have been possible if it were not for the Trappers League. The guild was established in order to promote sustainable hunting and cooperation within the hunting fraternity at large. As a happy consequence of this union, the guild's members came to engage in friendly contests of skill. Inspired by such competition, a handful of their number began to focus on perfection as opposed to mere practicality, transforming a skill into what may be termed as an art. These individuals would go on to form a guild of their own. The Archers Guild, where men and women gathered to attain mastery over the bow. More than a few members of the God's Quiver loosed their first arrow within these very halls. That, my friend, is a brief history of archery in Gridania. Doubtless you are more eager than ever to take up the bow now. It would be my pleasure to recommend you to our guildmaster. You must receive her permission if you are to join us. If you would excuse me a moment, I shall see to it that the relevant lists are amended. Pray speak to me again in a short while. Has it been short enough? So, are you resolved to join the Archers Guild? Sure. The look in your eye bespeaks your determination. It would be my pleasure to refer you to the guildmaster. Lest you worry unduly, Lucine is an affable and kind-hearted woman. Even those not of the guild have been known to seek her counsel on various matters, and ever have they been given fair hearing. Lucienne waits you in the training area yonder. Present yourself before her and impress upon her your desire to join the guild. Greetings, adventurer. I'm told you wish to join our ranks. I am Lucienne, the master of the Archers Guild, and I bid you welcome. Our doors are open to all who have the will to learn. Allow me to explain the basics of our art and offer you a foretaste of that which we teach the members of our guild. The bow's greatest advantage is its range. Unlike those arms used in other disciplines of war, it allows one to strike the enemy from afar. Through the bow, we may not boast the destructive force of a sword or spear. Its myriad strategic applications more than compensate for this shortcoming. An experienced archer can immobilize an enemy by striking a leg or sap its strength with a poisoned arrow. Rise to become a virtuoso of archery, and a veritable deluge of death will be yours to rain down upon your foes. By fighting from a distance, we can better assess the battlefield and thereby determine the most advantageous course of action. This is of paramount import, as our role in battle is to exploit the enemy's weakness. With the requisite placement and timing of a single arrow may serve to turn the tide. To this end, the guild seeks to instill a discerning eye within its members, that they might learn to strike at vulnerabilities swiftly and surely. Now, any half-wit can bend the bow, but it is no simple undertaking to become a skilled archer. You must be prepared for a long and arduous journey. Are you resolved to complete that journey? Sure. That as well. From this moment forth, you may consider yourself one of our number. Now lend me your hunting log, if you would. I shall add to it the names of such creatures as would provide a fitting challenge to an archer. And to help you on your way, I bestow upon you this short bow. Arm yourself with this new weapon and then speak to me again. I would have you undertake a trial to gauge your fitness to join the guild. Okay, so we don't have to continue on here. We are now started that class, but to really start it, we'll talk to her again with the bow in our hand. Oh, we can go back to the start. So there's two parts to Gridania, or Gridania. I usually call it Gridania. I may be wrong. There's two parts to it. There is the old Gridania and new Gridania. We're currently in New Gridania. We're going to head to Old Gridania. How did I get stuck on that? Okay, this is the where we have to go. This is the Conjurers Guild. With the Archer Guild, you are an archer till about level 30, then you become a bard. With the Conjurers, you become a conjurer, which is white magic, and at level 30 you become a white mage. This is a healing class. Oh, got lost there for a minute. Well met, adventurer. You come to Stillgate Fane, home of the Conjurers Guild. We conjurers harness the powers of earth, wind, and water that abound in nature, and thereby weave spells of healing and protection. Ever do we seek noble souls to initiate our mysteries. Might you be such a soul? Come to join the guild? Then allow me to provide you with an overview of what it is like to be a conjurer. Conjuring is the art of healing and purification. Its practitioners harness the power of nature that they might bring about change in the form of spells. Primitive magic, such as that once wrought by individuals known as mages, meaning those with the ability to manipulate aether, has existed since the dawn of time. It was not until some 5 centuries ago that conjuring emerged from this shapeless agglomeration of spells and charms, an event which led to the founding of Gridania. In those dark days, the elements would not suffer man's presence in the Twelveswood, forcing our forebears to make their homes beneath the earth, in the great subterranean city of Gelmora. But their desire to settle in the Twelveswood continued to burn fiercely. Time and again they sought to curry the elemental favor. Unlike men and other creatures bound in temples of flesh, the elementals are beings of pure aether. Recognizing this, the mages of Eld reasoned that their talent for etheric manipulation might allow them to commune with these theretofore enigmatic entities. It took 5 long decades, but our forebears finally succeeded. Their reward? The elementals' permission to dwell in the Twelveswood. So it was with that nation of Gridania was born. Since that time, the elementals have taught us to live as one with nature, speaking to all Gridanians through the hearers, those mages who are able to commune with them. And for the intimacy with the elementals, the hearers would go on to attain greater mastery over the forces of nature. This did not conceive the art of conjuring. And that, my most attentive listener, is a brief history of conjuring. If you have a mind to walk our path, I wholeheartedly recommend you join our guild. It would be my pleasure to explain the initiation process to you. Pray speak with me again when you are ready. Is your mind made up? Are you ready to join the Conjurers Guild? Well, that is well. I shall introduce you to our guildmaster, Brother Isumayan. Brother Isumayan presides over the Conjurers Guild even as he serves the nation as a hearer. You will find him in the meditation area within. Go to him and make known your desire to join the guild. Greetings, adventurer. I'm told that you wish to become a conjurer of Stillglade Fane. I am Brother Isumayan, master of this guild. Before you're formally accepted into our ranks, I would impart to you the principles of conjuring. Pray, attend me well. Conjuring is an arcane art that takes life and the living for its domain. Its primary purpose is the solving of hurts and the granting of protection. Adventurers such as yourself oft stand upon the front lines of battle. Owing to this, you are like to find yourself in many situations wherein a capacity for healing would be advantageous. Mind you, there is more to conjuring than that. By harnessing the power of earth, wind, and water, conjurers are also capable of weaving spells that wreak havoc. In terms of sheer destructive power, conjuring may pale in comparison to thaumaturgy, but its capacity to defend one against aggression more than compensates for this relative shortcoming. In mastering healing and purification, not only will you be able to mend wounds and purge afflictions, you will also be able to breathe life back into the fallen. More than simply healers, yet not true dealers of destruction, conjurers realize their full potential when they employ their power in support of others. This, my dear adventurer, is what it means to be one of us. Mayhap that was too much to grasp upon a single hearing, but worry not, for the meaning of my words will become clear to you in due time. You will come to understand that conjuring is not the sole province of the conjurer. Should you wish to walk our path, I must needs ask that you solemnly vow to embrace nature, to heed the will of the elementals and the 12 wood alike. Can you make this vow? I knew your answer ere your lips had parted, yet I am no less pleased to hear it. By the power vested in me, I hereby name you a member of the Conjurers Guild. If you would be so kind as to lend me your hunting log, I shall add to it the names of such creatures as would pose a suitable challenge to a conjurer. And to mark this momentous occasion, I present you with this cane. Though it may be old and weathered, it will serve you well as you take your first steps upon the path of the conjurer. Take up your cane, Roland, and present yourself to me once more. I would assign you your first task as a conjurer of Stillglade fame. Alright, and again, that's as far as I'm going to go until such time as I want to actually start playing the conjurer. I'm pretty sure I got that already, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay. Moving on. Let's see. We got that one. There's another one up at the amphitheater. Here we are. Okay, and then there's one back at the botany area. I think that's where this one is. No, it's this way. Yeah. Oh, too bad it's not daylight. I'm running around finding these so that you can kind of get at least a little brief look at Gridania. These things are scattered all over the place, so you have to kind of get a good look. Right, we'll go back to the amphitheater. Pull up our map again. There's one up above us and over to the right. So we'll search those two out. This one should be the Lancers Guild, maybe. No, this is the, this is not, this is the marketplace. Although this one's not called the Marketplace Shard, it's actually called the Leatherworkers Guild, which is right there, that big building. We'll run through the marketplace. You can get a good look at it. As you can tell, Gridania's not as populated as Limsa is. On every server I've been on, Limsa is always the busiest city. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the way it's set up. People tend to congregate in one area. Alright, this is the Lancers Guild. You have attuned yourself to all the Aethernet shards in Gridania. The Blue Badger Gate, the Yellow Serpent Gate, and the airship landing are now accessible as Aethernet destinations. Okay, so we're going to go in here and take on the Lancer's job. Lancer starts out as Lancer and at level 30 becomes Dragoon. I hate the fact that these receptionists have so much to say. Your throat gets dry before you're done. Welcome to the Lancers Guild, adventurer. If you seek to refine your skills with the pole arm, then you've come to the right place. Here at the Lancers Guild, spear wielders gather to train with one another, and further hone their abilities under the tutelage of our fine instructors. Do you seek membership? Very well. I shall provide you with the insight into the history of our guild. More than just an instrument of war, the spear is also a tool for hunting, and with game ever plentiful in the 12-wood, the weapon has been the mainstay of the locals here since before the founding of Gridania. With the passing of time, our nation became a gathering place for spearsmasters from across the realm, many eager to test their mettle against the famed might of our wood whalers. And it was here in Gridania that their myriad fighting styles came into contact, eventually giving rise to the art taught here today. That spear technique could be formalized at all owed much to the founding of the Lancers Guild by wood whaler Captain Mistal, nigh on a century past. The tradition of accepting students from without as well as within Gridania's borders persists to this day, ensuring that the art of polearm may not only survive, but also continue to evolve. Well, there you have it. I hope this brief history of the Guild has helped settle any doubts in your mind. The Lancers Guild is always eager to welcome new initiates. If you've a will to enlist, speak with me again, and we can begin the enrollment procedures. Well, that was briefer than the other two, thank goodness. Well then, have you made up your mind to enlist in the Lancers Guild? Excellent. I shall let Guildmaster Wayne know to expect you. All who seek admittance in our ranks must present themselves before him. He will judge if you are fit to become one of us. Pray make your way to the training area within. Our Guildmaster awaits you there. How'd she tell him so fast? Because I didn't see her move. Wayne, is it? Well met, adventurer. I understand you wish to learn the Lancers art under our roof. I see you have some combat experience, yet it remains to be seen if such skills as you have acquired will avail you here. But no matter. In my capacity as Guildmaster, I shall guide your training. Beginning with the very basics, the principles of our art. There exist myriad fighting styles, each of which has its own unique qualities. None, however, can claim to be as offensive-minded as ours. Our approach is ever one to attack, no matter who or what we face. An experienced lancer is able to wield a polearm as if it were an extension of his body. He transforms into a raging storm before his foes, delivering a barrage of devastating thrusts and slashes. To facilitate such a relentless assault, we lancers forego plate, favoring armor of leather and chain, such materials as provide adequate protection without unduly hindering the movement. A lancer's worth may be measured quite simply in how swiftly and decisively he can pierce his enemy's defenses. By its nature, the polearm is a simple weapon to wield, for good or ill. Even in a farmer's hands, it is capable of wreaking considerable havoc. Thus has it been a mainstay of every great army since ancient times. Yet, know that a lance alone does not a lancer make. Faced with unfavorable odds, an unseasoned spearman will break formation and flee without a moment's hesitation. A true lancer, however, flinches not before his enemies, for he knows not the meaning of fear. Ever does he press forward, disdainful of the odds, that he might pierce the enemy line and open a path to victory. Needless to say, doing so requires no small amount of courage, and that is why our guild has strived from the first to instill this essential quality in every soul who passes through our halls. Arduous trials await you should you join our ranks. Knowing this, have you the resolve to wield the lance? Well said, adventurer. I see no reason to deny you a place within our ranks. Ah, but I neglected to introduce myself. I am Wayne, master of this guild. Pleasantries duly exchanged, I shall add to your hunting log the names of the creatures against which a lancer might hone his skills. In celebration of the occasion, I hereby present you with your very own spear. Arm yourself with it and speak to me once more. I would have you understand your first task, a trial to be precise. All right, so I think we've got all the jobs that we can get here at this particular time. In each area, there's other additional jobs that you can get, but not to level 50, and then again at 60. I'm going to go back to the Conjurers Guild and go in and meet the leader of the area. You are the envoy? Begging your pardon, sir, but might I inspect the missive you bear? You want to see my papers, then, eh? Verily, this is the seal of the Admiral of Limsa. Please, come with me.
So you are the Laminsan envoy. And an adventurer besides. The realm owes much to you and yours. On behalf of our fair nation, I bid you welcome. Please. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Khan-e Senna, Elder Seedseer of Gridania, and leader of the Order of the Twin Adder, our nation's grand company. I understand you bear a message from the Admiral.
A remembrance service for the fallen of Cartano. To think that 5 years have already come and gone. It seems like only yesterday that the Garlean Empire attempted to seize all that we hold dear. Rising in resistance, the city-states of Erosia formed the Grand Companies and joined hands in alliance. But, unbeknownst to us, the Garleans sought not to best us in battle, but moved instead to enact a terrible plot the Meteor Project, by which the lesser moon, Dalamud, would be torn down from the heavens to annihilate all life below. In a desperate bid to save the realm from certain destruction, our forces marched for the Skartno Flats, and there met the 7th Imperial League. More bloody a battle I have never seen, and would never wish to see again. Yet the carnage was but a prelude to the atrocity which followed. For despite our best efforts, Dalamud continued its descent, and from it emerged the elder primal Bahamut, who proceeded to rain fire upon Erosia. The 7th Imperial Legion was consumed in the blinking of an eye, while our own forces fared a little better. That any among us were spared defies explanation. All seemed sure to perish. As the flames converged upon us, I prepared myself for death, only for a brilliant light to envelop me, relieving me of my senses. When at last I awoke, Bahamut was gone, and the land, which had but moments before been aflame, now seemed to me a place unknown, not simply ruined, but changed. Archon Louisoix may very well have been able to shed light upon these mysteries, but he, like so many, never returned from Cartno. And so were left the countless questions and no prospect of an answer. Yet such matters did not long occupy our thoughts, for we had far graver concerns. The calamity, as the devastation wrought by Bahamut has come to be known, laid our nations nigh to waste, and to this day we struggle to rebuild our lives and homes. To compound matters, the beast tribes continue to summon their primals, while the Empire encroaches upon our borders, consolidating its foothold in Erosia. The outlook, in short, is bleak. In the wake of the calamity, it has been all each nation could do to nurse its own wounds. Yet, if we are to weather the coming storm, we must needs stand united once more. A remembrance service may well present an opportunity to rekindle the spirit of unity which first gave rise to the alliance. I wholeheartedly approve of the Admiral's proposal. The necessary provisions shall be made for a service here in Gridania. You have done the people of Erosia a fine service this day, and I would not put you to further trouble. I shall see that my reply reaches the Admiral anon. You, meanwhile, are bound next to Ulda, are you not? Please send the Flame General my regards. And if you would be so kind, I should appreciate it if you would inform him that a pet of mine has been ill behaved of late. My wolf, to be precise. Needless to say, he must be brought to heel, and I would very much welcome the General's counsel on how this might be achieved. I thank you for coming. May the 12 see you safe to Ulda and beyond. All right, well, we need to go to the airship and head for Ulda. And don't worry, there's going to be plenty of occasions they're going to bring us to all three of the nations over and over. So, greetings, sir. This is the counter for passengers traveling to Ulda. Oh, and you... Oh, are you not Roland Painter, the envoy? On behalf of all the High Wind Skyways, I say what an honor it is to serve you. Will you be flying with us today? It's raining. That looks like a dangerous way to fly. No place to sit. If you tripped, you'd fall right off the edge. Ah, you must be the envoy. Welcome to Ulda, sir. The Flame General awaits your arrival. Welcome to Ulda, sir. We have been expecting you. Flame General Ruban will receive you in the fragrant chamber? Please take the lift down to Hustings Strip and speak with Bartholomew at the Royal Promenade. Promenade or Promenade? I think it's Promenade. This way. Alright, I'm kind of running out of time, so I'm going to go see Ruban first. Because I think that's shorter than going around and finding the the Aethernets and the jobs that are available here. We'll get this one because it's here. This is the Chamber of Rule. The Royal Promenade. And there's Bartholomew. Hey, can I call you Bart? I don't think he liked that. The envoy, I presume. Would you be so good as to allow me to inspect the missive you bear? Ah, yes, the Admiral's seal. Please proceed.
Ah, a guest from Limsa. I thought I smelled stale ale.
Yeah, except for I don't drink.
I won't hold it against you. If you're half the warrior Mervib says, 'tis a wonder you don't reek of dead Sahagin.
Ah, don't worry, I do.
Welcome to the Sultanate of Ulda. I am Rauban al-Din, General of the Immortal Flames. But you did not come all this way to trade formalities.
Bet there's a story for every one of them scars you got. Cartno. I remember bloody Cartno. Do you know what happened that day, adventurer, when we took the field against the Garleans? So my counterparts have educated you. Con E's pet is giving her trouble, is it? Well, she should already know my mind on that subject. Wolves are beyond taming. 'Tis but a matter of time before they bare their teeth. So it was with the Garleans 50 years ago. No sooner had they learned how to use Magitech than they began seizing territory from their neighbors. Led by the legatus Solus Zos Galvus, they swiftly brought the other nations of Isbard to heal, and so the legatus became an emperor and his republic an empire. An empire which then set its sights upon Erosia. But the conquering emperor is now an old man of 80 winters. His health is failing, and he has no clear successor. Like as not, this is why the Garleans have been quiet of late. But the 14th Imperial Legion is still entrenched within our borders, and their commander, Legatus Gaius, has long harbored ambitions of conquest. Were he to strike now, I fear we would fall like so many others before us, and not only Ulda, but Gridania and Limsa as well. For the calamity brought the lot of us to our knees, and we've yet to get up. We barely have the strength to stand against the beast tribes, never mind the primals they mean to summon. We are a realm divided, adventure, and alliance in name only. But the wolf cares not for the plight of its prey. The Garleans stir, and the elder seed-seer would not let it go unnoticed. All other concerns pale in comparison to the empire, even the beast tribes and their bloody primals. We must stand united once more, that much is clear. And if we're to do so, we must remember the cause which last brought us together. The Admiral will have her memorial. We will honor the memory of the fallen. We will remind the people what their brothers and sisters fought and died for. Shall I inform the Sultana and the Syndicate? I'll speak to Her Grace myself. Very good, sir. The Admiral will have my reply anon. My thanks to you, adventurer. Now you can make use of the airship routes connecting the 3 nations. Before you may board an airship, you must pay the requisite fare in Gil. Okay. Bartholomew has our next quest, but I think I'm going to end it here, and we will take that quest in the next episode. Hope you had fun, and I hope to see you there. Ta-ta for now.